Well, hello, creatives, community, and kind folks. Welcome to RPG with DBJ. And today, I'm trying something new, seat of the pants, but this channel has always been dedicated to inspiration, something I call mind fuel. And a lot of that inspiration comes from things that offer random cues to jumpstart the brain when I have no imagination. I've got writer's block, things of that nature. So I thought we would take a look at a number of uh, products that help jumpstart the thoughts. Today we're going to focus on Knave, but there's a number of these things. But before we get into that, let's hit the intro and then we'll get down to brass tacks. Again, thank you very much, creatives, community, and kind folks. And uh, one of the things that I love to collect are randomizers. And those randomizers can come in the form of books with random tables, which even in our own tabletop community can be a little divisive. There are dice, there are cards, there are books and things dedicated to this. So first I'm going to show you very quickly, blast through some of these things. They're some of my favorites to use for world building or just to be inspired, and then we're going to get into Knave, which has been noted as having some of for such a small book to have some of the most densest inspirational prompts you could ever find, and get into it. So of course right here we have Knave. This is the premium cover. If you take a look at it, it actually has a embossed dungeon on its front cover. Kind of cool. You got some dice here on the side and a little dice tray because we're going to need to use those. But those aren't the only things that we can use for inspiration. This is from the tabletop role-playing game Everway. It is a diceless system, although asterisk, because there is a way you can use dice, but they prefer not to do that. This has a deluxe fortune deck. It is a tabletop role-playing inspired deck of cards inspired by a tarot deck. And I've shown this off on this table before. Even the box itself has symbols around it, and it comes with a full deck of cards that have lots of inspiration, from the artwork to the numbers on them to the symbolic guides on the side of them. These are great for inspiration, and it actually applies to a specific tabletop role-playing game. We also have two big hefty books here from Raging Swan Press. Hey guys, the GM's Miscellany dungeon dressing book from Raging Swan. My camera is hyper focused, hyper focusing. Sorry about that. And the Dread Thingonomicon, my ring light. I'm gonna have to turn that down because it is blasting. And see that, and it doesn't. All right, we're gonna lift you up a little bit higher. Sorry about this, guys. Come on, Cam. Sorry about that. But anyway, these two books, massive tomes. Let's see if we can get the spines in here. These books are great. They were created from blog posts and then compiled together into a giant treatise. And these books have page after page after page of just random tables, random elements, and definitely usable on the fly. But yeah. Hey guys, I see Shy Squad and Just Shadow here. What's going on there? You guys are cool. But yeah, if you need something like I just turned to a random page of looting a dead body, and then it even goes into specifics like looting a dead bard, or outlandish costumes, or looting a dead thief, looting a dead cleric and whatnot, and looting a dead wizard, and just so many bits and pieces of inspiration, especially when the players like to make left turns or ask questions you aren't prepared for. And the same goes for the dungeon dressing. If you're trying to create classic dungeons and you just don't want to have a bunch of empty rooms with cobwebs and nothing of interest, this dungeon dressing book is just chock full of tables and things like that. Like here's just a table of magical light. There's my camera acting up again. We'll get to it. All right. There's also you got to have yourself some dice. Dice without numbers on them, and just images and or words that are prompts are. Come on. Are a cool feature. Tima. Take a look at that. A lot of times, what's the Rory's story cubes are a big hit when it comes to tabletop role players and the kinds of inspirations you can draw from them. Come on, Cam. And also plenty of Dungeons and Dragons dice, fantasy dice, the polyhedrals that we use that have symbols and words and things, whether they depict monsters or weather or something like that. Those are very inspirational as well. And lastly, something from from Nord Games. Two big boxes of these. They're a little bit on the expensive side. Team is the state equivalent to FEMA. I see it. Yeah. United States, we storms and everything all the time. Come on. Anyway, the Nord Games. Sorry about that, sir. Nord Games has the Oracle generator. There's the character generator using the cover of the box here, and they also have the story generator. And both of these boxed sets come with a set of cards, 5 decks of cards, and they walk you through some random creation. So if you want to have a random plot with twists and NPCs, the story generator is great for that. And then if you want to make up NPCs, and the cards are separated by theme, so you can have like thieves and scoundrels, or political individuals, or arcanists, or things like that for the character generator. And under the story generator, again, they are separated by theme, so you can have bounties and quests, or high magic, or political intrigue, things like that. And we may show some of those off, but let's get into Knave. And I also have a Google Doc set up so that we see. And then I moved the light, and now it won't focus. I apologize for that, because we were having such a great opportunity. Bizarre. Come on, Cam. Back of the hairy knuckles. Just before I went live, this was perfectly aligned. And now it's, wow. I don't want to move the camera too much. Come on. Wow. All right, gonna have to move you down. Let's see if this will work. It's not letting it work. Yay, there we go. Oh, thank you, computer. Thank you, Cam. Camera's finally zooming in. All right, Knave second edition. All the rules you need for Knave second edition, right here. First front cover, back cover. That's really all you need for this game. It is definitely a OSR. I guess some would call it new SR. Definitely old school vibes. Questing Beast, Ben Milton's channel, Questing Beast, developed Knave second edition. And if you want to create anything and everything, it's a full game. It's not just a bunch of random tables for no particular reason. It just happens to be the thing. All right. So, random tables are often maligned because they don't seem to fit into what you as a creator may want. But the point of the random table is because it's up to us as the creatives to use the prompts and then make them fit into what we want. So random tables can absolutely positively and should be used for prep, which is what we're going to do today, and they can be used on the fly. So as we flip through this book, sorry, let me go back to the table of contents. It is divided up. Table of contents, simple things such as like leveling up, weather, hazard, spellcasting, relic magic, alchemy, warfare, downtime, and things. And there are no rules specifically for using random tables. The whole point is to get our mind going. And one of the ways of doing that is if you have random tables that are maybe for player characters, use them for yourself for creation. So what I thought we would do is use these D100 random tables. Yes, there are plenty of these D100 tables. They go literally one entry from 1 through 0, 1 through 100, and we're going to use it to create some environments and locations and NPCs and things like that, and see how far we get. Again, like I said, this is seat of the pants. I didn't really have anything prepped for it, which is the whole point, and see what you guys think about it and how you would be impressed by it. Kind of catching a chat here. Yeah. You guys are funny. All right. So as we open up get into opening up the book, of course we have all of the game mechanics here listed and our introduction, and it even mentions that talking about how to use the tables in this book, and I think it is a working method for using any random tables in any book that you have. So it goes to say, one prominent feature of this book is its many random tables. These tables take nearly every aspect of fantasy fiction and break each of them down into 100 examples, creating a kind of elements of fantasy that GMs can use to rapidly construct living, varied worlds to explore. The table's primary use is for session prep, but they can be used on the fly when the PCs wander off in an unexpected direction. Results can be selected at random by rolling D100, or the GM can simply pick items they like. Yeah, I did jump in on Knave. I got it just for the tables. Yeah, and that's a funny thing too, because so many of us that are like into like the random tables and such, it's funny. And I know why people are bothered by random tables, although you could get rid of the numbers and just put bullet points. It's the exact same thing. Like, so many of us have random tables that we don't even bother we don't even bother rolling on them, even though they are random tables. Nothing says we need to operate the use them specifically what they are. They are a tool, and so that's how we're going to use them today. All right, so we have ourselves 100 careers, and we're going to use that. We are going to use that. Ooh, this won't stay open. To world build. So D100 careers, and why are we going to do this? Because let me share out a, let's see, share a Google Doc, and let's see if I can get this to show heck? Let's see. I hope we can do this. I'm trying to juggle here. I love tables. Me too. So we're going to pick careers. And why am I starting with careers? Because it's page 5 of the book. And also, we're going to come up with some random careers that are in a region the players are traveling to that is very common. So I have on the side here some dice. We're going to roll those dice. These are, one is the 10s and one's the 1s on these D10s. And I rolled a 9. Nope, that's a 39. Sorry. And there is a gardener. I'm going to let go of this book here. We'll put down. Let's see. We've got gardeners in our world. And what else? Let's roll some percentage dice. Let's roll 2 of them. Did I just roll a 39 again? Come on. 49. This must be weighted. It feels like weighted dice. Inquisitor. So, right now we have in. Don't know. Damn it. Don't know why they're here, but we're going to make up something, right? Gardeners, inquisitors. This could be very simple, like, oh, well, maybe when the players are traveling, they see gardeners. Maybe gardeners are a bit different than like harvesters, farmers, those individuals. Maybe this location is very rich, and so there are people literally like making like hedge gardens and hedge mazes, and there are inquisitors. Are the inquisitors rooting out a real evil that's in this community, or are they the hand of the police or something like that? We don't know yet. It says, oh, I was thinking we were in an agrarian society. Maybe. Why not? Yep. Yeah, we use DMGM. CKs have a vision and we're looking for inspiration. Hell yeah. And mind you, as we do this, now, this may have been all we needed just to jumpstart our brain, and then literally change what we just rolled and move on past that. That's a possibility. But we might be doing this as session prep going, listen, they're going to cross the hill, valley, mountain range and get to the other side. I don't even know what's supposed to be there. When players make a left turn, and this may be the very thing that we need for them to get there. Why did my camera, come on, zoom in? Okay. This page, on page 9, we have weather, and I'm going to keep on going because this is yeah. You know what? Pennsylvania and Ohio, lot of Amish, Mennonites. What's the other one? Quaker. Yeah. Inquisitors could be like Cthulhu investigators who lose all their sanity points. Yeah. Well, hopefully they don't lose them till they solve the issue, right? Although those gardeners could be one and the same, it doesn't mean that they're brutalistic individuals like secret police running around worrying about ghosts and goblins and things like that. They could be one and the same, or similar. Shadow says, I was actually surprised about that when I moved here. Yeah, I coming from Philadelphia, yeah, the whole Amish Mennonite community, pretty big. Come on. Let's see, last time I flipped the pages and it zoomed in. There it is. Jeez. All right, so now we're going to go, we went from careers, now we're going to go to weather. Maybe this is a weather that's very common in this location, or is out of the norm or something, and we might get some strange possibilities or something. Yeah, who knows what kind of demonic plants are being grown. Yeah. All right, so we have a smaller table here for for types of weather. There's traveling and some kind of encounters, like maybe there's something happens to the player characters. But we're going to go on page 9 for type of weather, and I rolled an 11, and it says strong winds. So strong winds could just be, is this place prone to strong winds, or like is it very common to here or something? Maybe. Or it could be this time of season, day, or what have you. If it's very common around here, it would be very interesting to find out how these individuals perceive it. Let's roll twice on it to see if there's maybe another. Did I just roll another 11? Damn it. 7. There it is, down in the corner. All right. I rolled a 7. That's mild for the season. So we could use that as a prompt. We could use mountain folk. Don't know. We don't even know if there are mountains here. So we can assume there's mountains. That's a good one. This death is from Wilkes-Barre, so they weren't so strange to her. Yeah. Yeah. As a Pennsylvanian. Wilkes-Barre, Upper Darby, what are some other strange places? Strange places and names. I've tried moonshine. I love apple pie, moonshine. But okay, so over here in Knave 2, when it comes to weather, we have a D100 table for travel shifts. And then if you flip the page, yes, these are 4 tables of D100 prompts. And this book is filled with them. So this is a double page spread. There are 2 tables here, each 100, so that's 200 entries, and then another 200 entries on the other side. And if you flip through this book, there's lots of these entries here that you're like, wait, what is that actually? There's another 400 entries right here, another 400 entries, another 400 entries, another 400, another 400. I mean, it just goes on and on, 400, and so on and so forth. And when you start to mix and match these, I am not a mathematician to come up with how many different possibilities there are, but yeah. Yeah, I'm with you with the moonshine. The straight up moonshine was pretty harsh to me, and I am not a drinker at all. But I have to admit, the flavored stuff was pretty smooth. All right, so even for weather, we have something called travel shifts, and I rolled a 26. 26 earthquake. Let's roll another one as well and add to it. 60 earthquake and mirage. Earthquake and mirage. What would that? Let's see. Earthquake and mirage. So we can start linking some of these things together. Maybe the strong winds and earthquakes and the mirage are something that the Inquisitors are out to stop, prevent, investigate. It could be that the gardeners are placating some kind of natural monster event creation or something out there to keep the strong winds and earthquakes and mirages down to a minimum. This also is sounding to me like maybe if we want to go a little bit more like a desert region with strong winds. Earthquakes could be shaking the ground like the sand shakes, like in the movie Dune. And because with mirages, you could have heat waves and mirages as well. We want to go more towards the plant life thing with the gardeners. Maybe the mirages are from smoking a little bit of the, yeah, it could be something like that as well. There may be, heck, does this need to be arcane? Not really. You know, we don't need to go there, but if we want to, we can. And then if we flip the pages, yeah, because I believe SD was a better value, but I do appreciate what Knave provides. I can't remember this. All right. Just off the cuff thoughts, not necessarily well reasoned. It don't need to be. So sometimes I think we overthink our own imagination and then like pull it back because we think it didn't come from a place. But it's be aware. Sometimes your first thoughts might be some of your best, simply because they weren't well thought out, and it breaks us from thinking of the same things over and over again, right? Now, over here, we've got four lists. We've got signs, location, structures, and place traits. All of these D100. So rolling, I've rolled a 2, which is ash. We've got locations. Oh, let me roll another one. That's 51. And we come up with middens. I don't even know what a midden is. Ash and middens. What is it? What is ash and middens? Ash and... Look that up. Middens. A dunghill or refuse heap, short for kitchen midden. Oh, I didn't know that. It's my first time of ever hearing it. Dunghill or what does it say? Oh, refuse heap. Heap. Did I spell it right? Heap. Yep. Okay. I did not know that. I did not know that. Never heard of such a thing. So it seems like it's starting to come together a bit. Maybe there's a clean place, the gardeners, and they're moving the stuff out to a place that's a little bit unlivable, right? Maybe there's the ground shakes. It could be the ground shaking from those pesky what are they called, ant eggs or something. Maybe there's heat coming from such huge piles of garbage and refuse. Maybe it's being burned as well to create ash because there's so much trash and debris and waste and such. I mean, all of that could all be put together as well. We have locations. Let's roll up some locations. 95. We have a volcanic plain, and it's coming together here. And 54, volcanic plain and mangrove swamp. I'm kind of liking this as dark. Mateo says, yeah, midden is an old rubbish pit, isn't it? I'm agreeing with you. Is it? Yeah, I looked it up. It's the first time I've ever seen that word used. I mean, I've heard of refuse and rubbish pits and dunghills, but I've never heard of midden, or never seen it used ever. So that's kind of cool. Learn something new every day. I love tabletop role playing games. All right, so we have volcanic plain. This book is not staying open. Volcanic plain, and what else did I say? Mangrove swamp. Okay. Grove. I'm feeling like this is a man-made situation of like ecological dysfunction. Like the mangrove swamp isn't a swamp because it's a swamp. It's a mangrove swamp from all the stuff. Maybe this is a place of a great wizard's community, and over the years, hell, even centuries, they've just been dumping all of their alchemical waste off into this other place, and a society of people have lived here in this region that's nothing but waste and travel. Hell, this could even be a plane of existence that basically has portals open above and it's just dumping shit down onto it. And people live here in and amongst the trash, and they're just designed to, and you see where the mind's going, right? There's heat waves from all the debris, like decomposing, creating such heat that is actually creating mirages, and those mirages could be ghosts and things, but they're just, and illusions and such over. The strong winds blow like foul odors and whatnot, because everything from diapers to decomposing bodies are dumped here. From a distance, it might look like ash and dust. There might be a lot of fire pits, but if you get closer to the portals, you're like, "What's that in the distance?" And when you get closer, it's just more and more garbage being dumped, and the swamps could just be alchemical pools of all kinds of liquids. And if you wanted to, it might not be good to drink any of it, but I could see it being like you might be lucky enough to find a pool of healing, but most of the time it's going to be something probably pretty horrific and whatnot. And maybe there's inquisitors that are here to stop anything from returning from whence it came. And maybe there are individuals called gardeners that are like guides through this ever-changing landscape of just trash. Yeah, I don't know. Archaeologists find artifacts in middens. In real life, probably. I guess you could say I was underwhelmed with Knave after receiving Shadow Dark. Yeah, I didn't bring out my Shadow Dark book. That's another great one we can flip through to like get a lot of inspiration from. And yeah, Shadow Dark is it takes advantage of the low word count and layout that I am very impressed with Shadow Dark. Very, very impressed. Now, you're not wrong there, Shadow. And to each their own, right? I wouldn't argue with you. It says, okay, I checked my pledge. I put in 105. Didn't think I got that value. Is that fair? I wouldn't disagree with you. I'm not going to make a judge. I'm not going to make a value judgment on your own thing, right? You know what I mean? And sometimes when we go into backer kit and Kickstarter and we back some of these creators, part of it is to get the merchandise, and sometimes some of us are promoting the creator as well. Like, we understand that sometimes the prices might be a little high, but we might be encouraging them to make even more stuff, if you get my meaning. Mateo says they could make their own existence from living off the waste. Their houses, etc., could be built from the waste. I agree with you. And depending on what we consider waste, right? Like, could the carcass of a dead, decomposed dragon turtle go down there and there's people living inside of the shell? I mean, how much, what kind of bones and other refuse is being dumped here, right? Yeah, whereas I put 159 in the Kickstarter for Shadow Dark and feel like I got my money's worth. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Now, I'm a Ben Milton stan of sorts, so I'm a big fan of his. So for me, it's the encouragement to keep doing what he's doing. So that was my particular thing. So we have structures here. Mateo, you mentioned living in the waste. So I'm going to roll some dice here. Let's get our table here. That is a 28, and I also rolled an 88. 28 on this table for structures is a farm. That makes sense. All right, a farm. And 88 is a tower. Not too descriptive, but we can go with that. Farm. And I should have combined some of these. Let's go here. And there, strong winds, and earthquakes, gardeners and inquisitors. Oops, gardeners and inquisitors. Did I spell it wrong? Okay, I'm sure I spelled it wrong, but whatever. Mirage and ash, dunghill. Here we go, mangrove swamp. So I'm liking this. Now, the farming might not be something that our player characters might be used to in a trash heap dung kind of thing, but maybe the towers are important because you never know what might be digging around in the trash. Yeah, I'm there. Uh, yeah. I want to run a Shadow Dart game. Yeah, there it is. There you go, Shadow. Yeah, I want to run a Shadow Dart game. I just want to use Knave for the tables. As a matter of fact, I just watched a video where the uh, gaming gang, tabletop gaming gang, and the gaming gang guy was just like, dude, he's like, I would take Shadow Dart, combine it with my Knave, and run it with that, right? And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We've been hacking games forever. Uh, Matteo says a tower or trash reaching up to the heavens that keeps being toppled by earthquakes, and they keep rebuilding it. Ooh, ooh! If I can get a little dirty here, it's like you ever use a porta potty? Sorry, scatological humor here. Okay, coming in. So the nasty soft serve that piles up in the porta potty in when you go to the public fairs and things. Maybe the trash, the people are, like you said, they're trying to build it up to the heavens, maybe to reach back through the portals, or sometimes the trash builds up in towers and the people, so maybe the towers are, how do I say this? The Inquisitors travel around to find the trash towers being built taller and taller. The people gather at the bottom of these massive tower-like piles of trash, hoping to climb up them. The greatest heroes climb up them because they know at any moment they might come crashing down. And some of those towers may last for weeks, months, years even, before they start crashing. Nothing against Ben. I've been on a third-party product kick for a while. Oh no, yeah, you're right. They farm the trash. Yep. Yeah. Oh man, farming in a trash heap with dung sounds mighty eco-friendly. Hey, that's probably what we're all going to end up doing after the climate catastrophe. Yeah, maybe like dung beetles and things are like pets, or if they're massive enough, they could be labor animals or something. It could be, growing. What can't? First of all, we know that dung is extremely useful when it is composted and used for gardening. So this could like you said, it could be very eco-friendly because the people have adapted to that way, even though lots of things are being dumped here that are just like horrible. Place traits. We haven't even gotten that far in this book. Place traits. So let's roll some dice. We have a 76, and we come up with a... Okay. That's a 76, and I just rolled it again. How is this Okay. Let's roll it on the book instead. 37. 76. We got ourselves silent. And then 37 is frozen. Silent and frozen. All right, let's say silent, and that's listed under place traits. So we got silent and frozen. Now, silent could just be the fact that it maybe this region is very quiet. Like, it could be so soft. Maybe the refuse is soft and decomposing, meaning like it's very organic, and it could just be that it just happens to be silent. Maybe we don't hear birds chirping. Maybe this region, or it could just be something. Maybe there's something stuck down in the trash that's making it very quiet, or it could be a arcane, unnatural silence about a particular region, and someone or a group of people are trying to discover where it is. Like like an old magical ring or something fell down in here in like a couple 100,000 tons of garbage, and it's like completely silent, and everyone's like, could someone find this damn thing? Um, Also, we don't know where, like, what kind of region this stuff is being dumped in. Maybe if the tower of trash get tall enough, it's so cold and windy up at the top that it does freeze a little bit. Or, like I said, alchemical. Maybe something got dumped down in here, and it's freezing this particular region for no good reason other than the fact that there's about 37 kilometers of frozen waste, literal waste, that doesn't match the temperature in the region. Like, people are like, no, we're in shorts and t-shirts, but it just so happens you literally step from a warm area into a cold area or something, simply just because of some wasteful alchemical component that was like dumped here and spilled into the region and just froze everything. I'm not really a big person that like is like, hey, it's funny. Yeah, can't wait for the global cooling to kick in. Yay, another ice age! Hooray! Yeah, we've been waiting for that since the 70s. I was born in 70. All right, so there we go. Dungeon delving. This is the Knave book, by the way. Dungeon delving. I like the layout of the Knave book as well, but like Knave Shadow Dark, layout is important, and the fact that all the information you need can be placed on one book or a 2-page spread is pretty interesting. But anyway, for dungeon delving, and it's just called delving at the top, this has like delve shifts, rooms, room details, room themes, and this is just for literally dungeon delving. We may not use this for today because we're going to get out of here pretty soon, but this has a D100 table for dungeons, trap effects, hazards, mechanisms for those damn traps, and so on. So, kind of cool. This is a page on encounters, encountering NPCs and monsters, and what activities. Sometimes, and this is what I like about, what I really love about random tables and about the OSR itself, is that too often now we see in 5th edition gameplay where it's basically like every encounter is considered a monster combat, and in the OSR we have never considered encounters with NPCs and monsters to always be combat. You don't know what they're doing. So under here we have NPC reaction. We're going to roll a d12, and we're going to do 2 of these because since we're doing session prep, this is kind of going to be their average demeanor when the player characters arrive. Maybe they just got dumped into this place, and this is going to be the average reaction from the people in this region. We're going to roll twice. I rolled a 10, and I rolled a 7, and we have ignore the PCs, 10 and 7. Share information with the PCs, and that's pretty neutral, right? Like, let me put reactions, ignore or share info, right? So when the players arrive, maybe they're people that are just like, they don't want to be bothered. They don't know who you are. Maybe they see so many strangers dump into this place, they don't even care. Maybe they are mission focused. They could be hypnotized, something like that. You're just like, grunt. They're bored. They don't even want to answer the damn questions because no one listens to them anyway. It could be something like that. Or they're local people that are like, hey, watch out for, hey, to the west, the purple clouds you see over there. Yeah, watch out for that. You don't want to breathe that stuff in. Shadow says, avoiding combat always garners more XP for me than combat itself could provide. I think in the OSR, there's one thing that this one element changed how we looked at XP, and it was unconscious. It wasn't on purpose, but I wish it was changed. Whenever we looked at a monster book, we looked at the monsters and it said XP, and not including simply running away. That is, yeah. So it could be if we saw adventures made way back in our olden days, my old days, right? We saw monsters and they had XP listed at the end of it or whatever, right? In the stat block, in the description or something. If XP was written in brackets next to traps, next to encounters, at the end of each chapter, in the encounter, just as it was written for the monsters, I think we would have looked at XP a whole lot different. Like, spike trap, parentheses, 50 XP, blah, blah, blah. Magical mouth and wall that is a sphere of annihilation, 10,000 XP, right? We don't see that. Now, mind you, the rules say that, but it was never explicitly written. But for monsters, it's implied you get experience points if you experience the monster, not fight the monster, have an experience with the monster. And if you survived somewhat intact, that was your experience. Therefore, you gain more knowledge, which means you gain levels, right? Whether it's parlaying with a Rakshasa or tricking the ogres to go in the opposite direction, or trading with the lizard folk warband or something like that. So, but we have ourselves here activities. So let's roll some random activities that might these people or monsters or whatever we see that live here, because we don't even know if there's humans that live here or humanoids even. So rolled a 70 and rolled a 54. So 70 is planning and 54 is hiding and planning. I think that sounds pretty good, right? Activities. I should have put these down here. Hiding and or planning. So maybe average citizens folk here are always planning, right? You know, hey, how do we plan to climb up that tower before it collapses? How are we going to shore it up so it doesn't do such thing? How are we going to navigate around the nasty swamps and all this kind of stuff? Definitely hiding from predators, hiding from visitors, hiding from the refuse that gets dumped and it becomes artificially intelligent. You know, Shadow says, I'm 51, so does that date me? Nah. I'm 53. I was about to forget my own age. Damn. Yeah, I'm 53. So yeah, we're in the same boat. Shadow says, the first game I DM'd, they drank and partied with the beast. Giants, I believe they were. Yeah, you know what? New players tend to do that shit. Now, if you're a video gamer, maybe that's something you wouldn't do. But under encounters, yeah, this is kind of cool. Like, I like this. I mean, there's a D100 table of these things. Everything from arguing, birthing, cleansing, courting, cursing, dancing, dousing, hey, dying, simply eating, foraging, fortifying, gambling, murdering, pandering, preaching, scavenging, singing, sleeping, swindling, tracking, trading, worshiping. All these things could and should be being performed by NPCs and other monstrous races to flesh out your world so that it doesn't seem like they're just waiting there for the PCs to be quest given, like in a video game where they're just sitting there waiting for the characters to just stumble upon them. You know, maybe they're doing something. If the ogres were doing these things, such as birthing or scavenging or worshiping, it tells you a little bit more. It basically is info dumping, right? But in world. And the players might go like, well, oh, they're worshiping. What are they worshiping? Hey, birthing. Ooh, they're, you know, ogres are giving birth to something, whether it's like the ogre ladies or lady or women or something are giving birth. Maybe it's a race of people that like maybe the women give birth and then or something, and so the guys carry maybe they're like insectoid or lizard-like or something we don't know, and the guys carry their like children on these like postules on their back, and then and at a certain age they pop off their back and they pull the membranes back or something. Like you could come up with all kinds of really weird things. Hell, maybe the people don't give birth the way we think they do, and they dig around in the trash heaps to pull out the small little embryonic sacs, and when they're ready, they pull the next people that live in their community out. You know, refuse becoming artificially intelligent is that the explanation of life on Earth. Panspermia, yeah, baby. I like that. That is hilarious. That is very funny. That's and Fermi paradox, right? Maybe we were maybe Earth was specifically seeded, or at least life in the universe was seeded by another intelligent race, and or we could have been the waste product of some other intelligent race. That's funny. That's kind of cool. Maybe trolls. Yeah, trolls. That makes a lot of sense. Either way, I awarded them for XP for that encounter, plus extra XP for avoiding a combat situation. I agree. Awarding extra XP for being creative and thinking outside the box, yeah, to me was far more interesting than just going through combat. I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, Madam Trash Heap. Yep. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. So, spell casting, combat spells. Knave goes out of its way to have a D100 list of spells that are specifically not combat oriented. Like, they're not blast spells and defense spells. They are creative use type spells in Knave, like control plants, or masquerade, or miniaturize, or mirror walk, hypnotize, greed spell, or flinch spell, you know. And yeah, it's kind of cool. Dance your cares away, worry about another day, let the music play. Let the music play. Your hair away. Don't get me to get up here and dance. Oh, you can't even see me, so I guess I could do that. Knave here, I love this generating new spells. So there is a like adjective verb noun kind of thing here, chart here for spell formulae that I think is really fun. And then it goes in like wizards' names and qualities and effects of spell casting, elements and forms, and you can create your own spells, mutations, delusions, disasters, magic schools, right? Really fun stuff to come up with your own things. Peat Giant, wait, what's going on there? Or it could be Pet Giant, but I like Peat Giant. But yeah, generating new spell. Damn it. Come on. There it is. All right. I guess we could roll into generating new spells thing, but we don't need to. Although we could come down. The magic is great. Yeah, it's pretty fun because you can come up with new spells. Let's come up with a new spell on the fly, right? And it could be part of this territory. So we got a number 4, which says the quality element form. Quality element form. So quality, let's see. Quality percentile dice. We got a 48. Jocular element, 45. Jocular, lava, and we got a 70. Jocular lava servant. That's kind of cool. Jocular lava servant. Damn it, book. Let's see. Spell. Jocular lava. Sir. Is it a servant? Yeah, okay, yeah, Jocular servant. Damn it. Servart. So, a jocular lava servant could be maybe there is a spell the people use here in this trash heap region, this trash heap dimension or something, as like maybe they are like playful. I'm thinking of a playful method. Small lava servants. Maybe those lava servants are able to grab onto or destroy things that are very dangerous, and maybe these little lava servants have fun jumping in and around this trash heap kind of thing. So you know, when they get summoned up, they're like woohoo, and they come out of the ground or wherever the lava comes from. It doesn't necessarily need to be earth based, but yeah, maybe the lava servants are, or maybe you don't create a lava servant. Maybe they are summoned, and or they fall from the sky and animate, and they are like allies for the people that live here. Or maybe it's a spell that a wizard's been looking for. It doesn't even have to be something that's common. It could just be something that they're looking for. But yeah, and all of these things, the qualities, effects, elements, forms, all these D1. This is 400 different options here. Mutations, delusions, disasters, magic schools. We could put all of this in here into our inspirational landscape that we're creating just from rolling dice and just coming up with stuff. And this is just from the Knave book itself. Yeah, I'm with you, Pete Giant. The magic is great. It's kind of fun too, right? Relic magic. This is a page of begins the chapter on relic magic. Relic magic is basically clerical, ancient worship, deific, fiendish kind of things. D100 list of domains, D100 list of symbols. We move on to alchemy. I think alchemy would be very much cool. Yeah, maybe you create a fire and add an offering. I like that. I like that a lot. It doesn't mean those jocular lava servants hang around for very long as well. Like you said, maybe the people here do create a fire. It pulls out a like fun. Maybe the fire sets on fire the offering, and whatever the offerings were, that's what the jocular lava servant kind of looks like. So it doesn't even have to be humanoid. It could be like globular or something, you know, and with a big smile on its face or something. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, and you can come up with all that kind of stuff there, Pete Giant. Shadow says, any thoughts about the other stuff that came in the set? Summer's End, Maze Rats, or the Waking of Willoughby Hall? At least those came with my copy. I didn't get that. I just got the hard copy of that. I know that the Waking of Willoughby Hall is award-winning. Side note, I'm gonna close the book up here, but just to let you know, this is Knave's second edition. Just as a reminder for everybody else, I'm on page 35. This is an 80-page book, so yeah, it doesn't just end there, but the tables go on and on. You want to make some fun alchemical potions? We've got potions here, 100 entries. We've got another 400 entries of textures, tastes, colors, ingredients. This would be perfect for our trash heap realm that we just created on the fly here. We have equipment. This is an equipment section of tools, 100 miscellaneous items, 100 tools, 100 books, clothing, fabrics, decorations. And again, with random tables, if you walk into a random shop, are these the tools and miscellaneous items and books and clothing you might find there? Sure. Could you use this to, you know what? Never mind. I'm actually going to use it. I'm talking about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. All right. Tools that the people use in this location. We have 07, a bedroll, and we have 68 pliers. Bedroll and pliers. Makes sense, right? Bedroll, you gotta sleep in something. Maybe let's see. Items. We got a bedroll. Maybe the bedrolls are special, like they seal up because it's so nasty here. Bedroll and pliers make perfect sense. Maybe they're long so that you can grab things, because nobody wants to grab things with their bare hands. That makes a lot of sense. Here's some miscellaneous items that the common folk carry with them. We got 12 and rolled a 46. 12, clothing, page 40, and then 46. List of demands. So we're going to go to the clothing. I was going to go to the clothing table anyway. So we have, we're going to add to this. Let me tab over. We're going to list of demands. That's probably important because you're going to, the people here carry a list of things they're looking for. Look, this is what we want, and we're going to get it from this place. Now, mind you, a list of demands sounds like parlaying. This is what we're going to demand from a community that's on the other side of the valley or mountain range or hill or something, probably based on the kind of trash that fell in here. But I could see some people walking around with that. Maybe a messenger only carries this, or the leader of these clans or whatever have these kind of things. Books, we don't even have to go with books, but clothing. Maybe you don't know what people wear in the region. The players go on, they're traveling on ships and they travel through archipelago. What kind of clothing do they wear? And you have a D100 table. Let's roll twice on that for clothing. 92 and 98. Tower shield and a veil. Tower shield and veil. I like that. Let's see. Clothing. Tower shield, probably to protect themselves from spray, from the crap that comes that's falling from the sky or sprays up from the ground, debris and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, these might not be your classic gladiatorial Roman Legion type shields. These might just be like the equivalent of umbrellas for these people, but reinforced. They could be turtle shells or insectoid chitinous things, crab shells or something like that, with not just a shield that you wear in your arm, but they might have legs on it that they literally stick in the ground and hide underneath with their bedroll. But they can also, if you're strong enough, or maybe two people have to carry it, they can slam the tower shield down and defend themselves from interlopers that are like throwing like garbage at them or something. What else did I write down? Oh, veil. Makes sense as well, right? Nasty gases. You don't want something random spraying in your mouth. And this could be very cultural. And again, this is just random bullshit that I'm rolling on these tables. Start putting it together and come up with anything. Any thoughts about the other stuff? Oh, yeah, I read that. So we're getting to the end here. We've got fabrics, decorations, treasures, materials, weapons, item traits. I mean, there's a lot of these tables, and especially if me, let me poke at myself here, tend to think of the same things. You guys know I always bring up the accursed desert all the damn time, and I'm like, I gotta get out of that because I keep bringing it up. Just like the Council of Seven Wizards and all that other bullshit I keep bringing up. What's the other one? The Five Kings Mountain I bring up a lot too. So fabrics. Let's go with some fabrics that I haven't thought of before. 87 and 64. 64. Mohair wool. 87 and 64. Mohair wool, I've never heard of, and 87. Was it 87? Stingray skin. Ooh. Stingray skin. I could see aerial stingrays that swoop in and out of these garbage heaps, floating over the using the thermal winds of the warm decomposition of the composting of of these basically leagues and leagues of trash, and the stingrays, they could even ride on top of them. All right, guys, for 2 seconds, I'm gonna step away for 2 seconds. Hey, babe. Did you talk on the other side? I sure did. Cool. I didn't know if you remember. I remember. I was like, oh shit, I sent that earlier to work. All right. All right, golden knife. Okay. You got your tape for your arm? Oh, it's right there. I'm coming home, I think. Okay. Well, maybe I should just put it in my car just in case I decide not to. My glasses. Shit. All right, baby. Okay. Sorry, stepped away for 2 minutes, but going to get out of here very soon. Sorry about that. Yeah, it says love tables to spark ideas, and I thought we would, I thought we would do this for over maybe for the whole week, right? Spark some ideas, use. I mean, we got ourselves here. Like, this is just using Knave as an example. We have some other stuff here. Like I said, the Raging Swan books that I have as well. We got the Oracle decks from Nord Games that are really good, and a crap ton of random dice without these. They have symbols on them and words and things like animals and all that kind of stuff, and just getting some random ideas. We've got some. What did I show earlier here? Rory story cubes are over here as well. Nope. Things like that. So yeah, I love all this stuff. I mean, it's great, and especially you know, sometimes you don't need to do all your prep on every table all the time. You know, ad infinitum. That's not really what this is about. This is really about using some kind of randomizer, using some kind of element here to draw your mind into a place where now you can get started and you can put this aside. Now you can go, you know what? I have enough that I need to create this, and we can move on. And think about it. I'm just bullshitting for like an hour, and I already created a brand new region that you could dump into your world anywhere you want, for any kind of reason. That's just rolling a bunch of dice and just coming up some random ideas. If we took like a week or two to flesh this out, I mean, hell, to be honest with you, if you wanted to steal this, and yes, I'm doing this publicly, if you wanted to steal this and make this a gaming supplement of some sort, all rights and and things given to Knave and Ben Milton for helping create this, you could make something, maybe make it like a fantasy agnostic or something, and go like, hey, guess what? Here's this trash heap world of all these strange business things and blah blah blah, and go off and stuff like that. So yeah. Shai says a potential future topic. Anybody play Delta Green? Just heard about it today. Really? Mr. Welch said it's the best Cthulhu spinoff. Anybody know about it? I've played Delta Green. I don't own the game. Delta Green is the I want to play Cthulhu, but I want to do it from the point of view of an official organization that operates to stop the Cthulhuoid Lovecraftian horrors out there in the world. That's what Delta Green is. Delta Green is like the agency that exists, the Black Ops agency that where the other agencies don't know that agency exists, and you're out there to stop vampires, ghosts, demons, portals opening up. Right? It's the Men in Black without. Well, I suppose you could add comedy to it, but I wouldn't do it. But yeah, that's what Delta Green is, and it's pretty fun. Oh, and also, sorry, let me put this back up here again. Why do I still have Apocalypse? Oh, I didn't even turn off the ticker. Wow. Wow, I've been having to punch across the bottom. It doesn't even make it. You guys should have told me that. Anyway, Delta Green is also Delta Green scratches the itch of the players who want to play Cthulhu, any of the Cthulhuoid Lovecraftian horror games, but they want to be outfitted with the ability to stop what's going out there, right? Like sometimes you're like, hey, make an average person. You know, we're going to play Call of Cthulhu, and like I'm gonna make a bus driver that just so happens to be ex special forces with a bunch of guns and blah. And you're like, come on now. So Delta Green allows someone to scratch that itch. Like, yeah, I have martial arts. Yes, I've got, you know, an automatic weapon, 2 firearms, grenades, and you know, there's a little bit of that, but it's far more investigative. It still is investigative, right? You can't walk around as I mean, I guess you could walk around in like black BDUs with like, you know, an automatic weapon over your shoulder or something, as long as you are, you know, you've got your stuff holstered and whatnot. But yeah, Mr. Welch has a good 15-minute review of Delta Green here. Yeah, it's that kind of game. I don't have it, so I can't show it off. I can only talk about my experiences with it, but it is very fun. It's fun. I've played Call of Cthulhu plenty, the various iterations. I don't even know what edition I played. Shit. Even the character sheets are pretty cool. Definitely, I'll put this up on the screen so other people can see it. There's definitely a percentile dice, people out skill based, that mechanics, sanity based mechanics that people love, and like vampires, people still love all the Cthulhus because of that. So yeah, Pete John says it can be useful to pick a couple of words for theme, then use tables. It can help with coherence, I've found. Exactly. This in Knave, in this Knave second edition, again, you know, if I can bring my little Google Doc up here, these are just prompts. These are just a bunch of words that I typed in. They don't really mean, did I spell it wrong? I sure did. They don't really mean anything unless we apply context to it, right? Like they're technically, the only reason this makes any sense is because I decided to make sense to it, right? And it's not like any of this has any relationship to each other except through context. And a lot of times, sometimes all we need are a few words to get us moving in a different direction. I didn't think I was going to talk about trash heaps, but when I saw the word middens, and I've never, yeah, dumb old me, I'm like, middens, what the hell is that? Search. Oh, dunghill, refuse heap. Okay, great. Then the rest of it fell in place to me. That one word made the rest of it fall. I was like, strong winds, earthquakes. Okay, gardeners, inquisitors. I don't know. Mirage, ash. Oh, okay. Now I know what's going on, right? And so yeah, all of this coming together. Now you know, some of you may say, does it all come together? Maybe not. I would, you know, in your brain, you're going, no, I would rather do this than that. I would get rid of this. I would add this other thing into it. That's the whole point. Would I argue with that? And guess what? You guys are the, you are the force multiplier of the creative context to this. So if I was running this game and I didn't know what world we were making and we were doing this together, I would say, all right, you guys, you're part of this. I want you to find a region in this trash heap and come up with like 3 to 5 words that kind of describe what's going on there. You know, assassinations, burning pits where people are tortured, you know, little words or phrases or things like that, and then put it all together. Yeah. To me, the premise or backstory sounds interesting. The government finds out about the mythos way back in the 1930s and sets up this agency that goes through some twists and turns over the years. Yep, Delta Green. Yeah. The backstory of it sounds way more interesting than just Cthulhu with a lot more shooting. It is. As a matter of fact, the Delta Green organization itself has its own shadowy origins. Uh, it's one of those some believe, others posits, most understand kind of things, right? Like, is it true? Well, maybe, kind of, sort of, maybe. You don't know, right? Yeah, Delta Green. Yeah, maybe we might. I don't have to get. Yeah, we can still talk about it though. But yeah, so inspiration, love inspiration, guys. Thank you very much for letting me uh, uh, just talk about Knave second edition as well, and to show you, what's in it, what it's about, using it as a creative prompt. I mean, literally, I could do the rest of the week just on this book and come up with new, interesting features. Just going page, and this is just me going page. What's this next page say? Ooh, what's this next page say? Ooh, what's this next page say? But we could be more organized with it. Oh, we're only going to use these 7 tables, or what have you, right? Knave character sheet, real simple. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for letting me share this with you. Thank you very much for letting me just be creative with you guys as well, and anyone else. You guys know the deal at the end. Thank you very much for spending your valuable time here with me. I really appreciate it. I hope in return I can make change for your tabletop experiences and then your own creative endeavors. So, guys, thank you very much. You know the deal. Call to action. All that bullshit. Got to get out of here. Guys, have a great one. I'll see you later. Peace and tranquility. Bye.